Oh my god! Dang! Holy! Oh my god! 4 just came out! Oh. Hi everybody, my name's Danny and I'm from Botany Danny. I'm a avid fish and plant hobbyist from Australia. I'm sharing my passion for this hobby with you, my friends, and everyone. Come and join me for this journey. Today I literally have a female guppy in this breeding tank, and literally I just saw like 10 baby guppies just pop out. It's like, whoa. This particular female guppy was given to me by my dad, and this is probably the 3rd pregnancy. In fact, if you look behind me, all of the fry in this tank are from this one female guppy. It's like, oh my goodness. This is like, she's just been really, really good at reproducing, and I guess some of the conditions and parameters are just optimal for her to, I guess, produce offspring. And I guess the conditions I've been using, and I saw her in a community tank just a couple of hours ago, I was like, wow. And because she's got a really transparent belly, I could see a lot of the fry kind of like inside. And I know when there's babies in there because I can see a lot of red inside her belly. And basically when she starts kind of crowning a little bit, it's like, oh, I need to move her into this kind of breeding tank and let the babies just come out. And my intuition was right, and oh my goodness, there's all these like little fry that have just appeared in the last 25 minutes. So I guess one thing I think has been really helpful for breeding my guppies is using this brand of Hikaru food. Guppies absolutely love it. It's very, very, very nutritious, and they absolutely devour it, and it's just really seen an increase in like kind of their active behavior on a general basis, but also increase the temperature of my tanks so that, you know, it's around the 26, 28 degree mark, so that, you know, it's very warm. And so because they're very tropical fish, the heat I've seen in the past through experience just kind of makes them more fertile, more willing to kind of become pregnant. So just increased activity when the temperature is just right. I also basically monitor them quite a while. I monitor the females and the males and make sure that they're not too stressed. There's plenty of hiding places, and then at the right time I just kind of move it out. But like seriously, it's like happening literally as I'm filming this video. Like the female is in this holding tank, and there are some of her previous fry. But like, seriously, there is just like every 5 to 10 minutes, she's just popping out some new ones, and there's definitely more in there. I even caught some on video, which I'll overlay, but yeah, I was kind of like talking to the fish shop and asking them whether they kind of like buy like guppy fry, and they said they'd buy probably like $1 per guppy, and I was like, $1 per guppy? What about like 100 in this tank? So I don't know, might be something I want to dabble into, or maybe I'm just happy just to keep them as they are. I think what I really like and what's really worked very well is this tank here is really baby. It's like a nursery. This is basically a giant nursery for all the guppies. I used to have like a cherry shrimp tank here, and it didn't really work very well. But this tank has just really, really taken off. Have another look. It's like the hive of activity in this tank. And I know you can see there's filled with a little bit of tannins. That's because I probably didn't boil off the tannins when I put in that driftwood. But yeah, this tank is just something about it. It's just optimal. And it brings me so much joy to be able to see, you know, more and more of these guppies just breed and just create like more baby guppies, and just kind of seeing their line kind of continue. So as an aquarist or fish hobbyist, you know, guppies is just something I've been looking after since I was a kid, since I was living with my dad. My dad often bred guppies as well, and then the money that he used when he sold off the guppies, he used to buy more food for the guppies and more things, so it kind of like paid for itself. So it's kind of like an interesting cycle of nature and economics a little bit. Like, just even looking at the tank, it's like just so exciting to be able to see like how everything is like growing, everything is like moving, and I just, I think the only thing about this tank that I'm kind of like not as keen on is the fact that there are so many ram's horn snails. They're literally littered everywhere, and every time like I feed the guppies and the food kind of like falls down like to the bottom of the tank, it's just like, oh my goodness. I just really well and truly see how the ram's horn snail population in this tank has kind of like exploded a little bit. But yeah, I'm just looking at the female like just sitting in the tank and just seeing like how she's going. She's definitely got a few more in there, and the baby, when they come out, they kind of like curl and then they like just drop, and then when they drop they kind of extend out so that their tails kind of like stick back and their heads like protrude forwards, and then they kind of just go into this resting state because, you know, they've been inside the mother's stomach for so long. Now they're kind of in this resting state, and the first thing they'll do is they'll just start swimming around. They'll start pecking at any food or anything that looks desirable to eat nearby, and they'll just like kind of like digest it. And I think, you know, it's just really, I think the more you do this, the more gratifying it becomes, and the more cooler like seeing like these population of like guppies expand. And just, yeah, I don't know, this is kind of like an interesting moment for me, you know. I'm so glad that like you guys could like share in this really, really cool moment. And this is like, I just can't believe, I think this Aqua One mini float tank was probably the best purchase I made for this very purpose of like isolating a female and then capturing the fry. Yeah, I'm definitely willing to like explore and experiment a little bit more. Oh, another one's coming. I can see it coming out. Yeah, so thanks for joining me for this special moment as we just really take a look at like how guppies breed. And if you really found this video super exciting and you're enjoying the journey that I'm sharing so far, please consider subscribing to my channel. Can't wait to bring you some more fish keeping stories as well as plant stories and adventures to you soon. This is Danny signing out. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.